Hey, this is Dynamic, and welcome to my lightning comparison of the Dunu Zen Pro and 7Hertz Timeless. The Zen Pro was provided by Dunu as a review unit in exchange for my honest opinions about it. Let's get to it. Starting with soundstage and imaging with Thriller. The Zen has this wonderful natural feeling as the door opens and the footsteps walk around you. The environment feels just a little bit more like a room. While the Timeless, which is almost as wide and almost as deep, has an almost synthetic quality, like the room has lost just a touch of its life. That has been a continued observation throughout this review, and you will hear more of it. On Bubbles and Chocolate Chip Trip, they both do exceedingly well with the feeling of the sounds coming from all around you. The differences between those two will come out more in the bass. On to Resolution and Clarity with Master of Puppets. Both of these headphones have a ton of energy here. The Zen has just a little bit more in the upper mids, which can make it come across as just a touch too much, but they both do really well. Their ability to convey detail is absolutely exceptional in both cases. They run hand in hand. The way they convey that detail is a little different, with the Zen having this DD texture and this DD slam that sort of changes the way you hear things, while the Timeless has this effortless articulation of precision. They are very similar in the overall outcome, but they do present it just a little bit differently. On to tonalities, starting with the bass. Dillard 0742 is like a wall of sub bass and bass. And this is where the differences between these IEMs is the most apparent. Both have incredible articulation. They both have incredible resolution and detail. The Zen's strengths is the ability to slam. When drums or heavy bass beats come into the picture, it's like getting hit hard again and again. The Timeless has a stronger elevated sub bass. So when the sub bass is tokened, it's also a visceral feeling, but rapid drums just aren't quite there. Another great example is Chocolate Chip Trip. On the Zen, this is drums beating into your ears. And on the Timeless, there's a sub bass rumble that comes with it, but the drum hits themselves are almost lacking because of that visceral feeling. Up next is the mids with Pentatonic's cover of Imagine. I picked this song because I felt it put these two IEMs on more even ground. It doesn't token the bass beatings so much, and it also does the full range of vocals. And within this song, these two are extremely comparable. Again, the precision on the Timeless does come through, and again, it sounds almost too perfect, while the DD has this just touch of more life to it. It has a better overall effect that's probably due to the timbre, but both play this track extremely well. Both extend really well. Both go from the mids to the highs really well. The Zen is likely a touch, just a touch shoutier than the Timeless with the Pro. It is honestly, it's a lot of energy, but it stays just on this side of the line for me. Up next is the Treble with the Piano Guys 1,000 Years cover. This song on both of these is really an incredible experience. The biggest differences I could tell between them, again, was in this naturalness of presentation on the Zen versus this perfect articulation. But additionally, the upper treble and the air on the Timeless just seemed a little bit more smooth, a little bit more complete. But in exchange, you're kind of losing this touch of naturalness that comes across in the Zen. And the Zen's naturalness comes across as environmental to me more than on specific notes or specific instruments. It's like the cohesion of the whole rather than saying, oh, this instrument sounds better on the Zen. That about wraps it up. I'd like to again thank Dunu for giving me this amazing opportunity to try the Zen Pro. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more of these. Thanks so much.